Hello and welcome to a Journey Sports media production of the AAA finals. We are here at Farnham Park. We are an hour before game time. We're here in this lovely facility, fully provided for BSU UK for the BBF AAA finals. Before the game, you'll have an interview from both managers. We'll show you highlights of how the London Metros made it to the final, and then we'll get you live and ready and prepped for the game, which will start at 12 p.m. sharp. So please share, like, get as many people to join us today. Subscribe on Journey Media Sports on YouTube, and let's get this beautiful game going today. And welcome back to a Journey Sports media production of the AAA final here at Farnham Park. I'm delighted to be with Juan, who is the manager of the Bournemouth Bears, who I do believe finished top of the AAA standings this league. So how do you get to kind of like that point this season? How have you managed to sit at the top and be in this great position?
Right, well, it's been tough, because all the teams has been incredible through the whole season. But we managed to keep on top. We keep fighting hard every single game. I think the commitment from my guys has been incredible. They've been pushing a lot through every single play, and that what makes us, fun. Also having an incredible, crowd with us, also supporting. That's been, the most amazing for this year. I think the highlights, I would say that we have done an incredible, clubhouse, and everyone in the dugout is like, the energy there is incredible.
No, that's great to hear. You've ran a kind of a pretty lean squad this year, kind of not too much. So hopefully, I think that means that injuries haven't really hurt you so far this season. Let's talk through that semi-final game. How did that go for you? Obviously, you were the top seed going into that match against Hearts.
Yeah, well, Hearts is an amazing team. It's always tough to play against them. And when we came there, it was tough because we came from behind most of the time, but we managed to succeed and winning. The bats were very hot that day, and that would keep us going.
So now looking forward to today. Some of our viewers will be more or less aware of the squad that you have today. So wouldn't mind highlighting a couple of players that we could maybe specifically looking out for today to really make the difference for you.
Well, I'm expecting, my gunner. So I'm expecting that Jose Lopez is brilliantly, he's been through the year pitching. So I got my top catcher, hitting homers twice in the same inning. So I'm expecting, my whole squad has been incredible, to be honest. I kind of say, everyone does their job. And I got a good bench, deep bench. So if I have to use it, I will definitely going to use it.
Awesome. And one final thing, British baseball couldn't quite be the way that it was without some drama exactly on the day here. So just tell us how three of your guys managed to get here slightly late.
Yeah, well, this morning one of the guys woke up in Bristol and the car didn't go. It was a broken car, so they need to manage, one of them call an Uber and the other one just managed to get a taxi to bring it here. So yeah, they go here on time, maybe an hour late, but they managed to get here, always hiccups, before the game.
All right, cheers, Juan. All the best for you today. Obviously, we just want to see a beautiful game. Good luck for today, man.
Thank you very much indeed.
Cheers. We'll be back to you for an interview with Chip Gudger, the manager of the London Metros, shortly. Welcome back to the Journey Sports media production of the BBF AAA final between the Bournemouth Bears and the London Metros. I'm delighted now to be with Chip Gudger, the manager of the London Metros. Chip, initially just let me talk you through the season that the Metros have had so far and how they kind of got themselves into the playoff picture.
Okay, well, we split a lot of games this year, to be fair. We are better than 500. But we faced a lot of good pitching this year, and I think it's taken a little while for us to coalesce as a team and try to find our offensive spots. How we got here. Well, we used a lot of those horns, as you may be hearing in the background. That's the main reason we're here. No, I think really for us, it was about developing that solid offensive approach. That's the Bournemouth Bears there in the dugout. And then I was giving him bunny ears earlier. I think that's what that's about. I get bunny ears when I went around the bases. Our defensive approach has gotten better. Solid, cooler heads, and being very attentive. So I think the mental game for us has definitely come up.
Yeah, that's amazing to come through. And obviously, if some of our viewers were with us last weekend, you would have seen the London Metro's performance against the Richmond Knights. But Chip, we had a little discussion after the game, but talk me through a little bit the resilience that your team showed in that game to get that result over the line.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's back to that mental resolve. I think it's a matter of everybody keeping their heads about their wits about them, and keeping a nice head screwed on top. These guys have ice water now in the veins. I think they're starting to develop a real comfort being out here, playing with each other, relying on each other, and knowing the little bumps that come along the way in any baseball game are overcomable, or that's not really a word, overcomables. But yeah, we can overcome. We will supersede. We have an indomitable spirit in terms of our club. So.
Yeah, so obviously this is now a final. A few of the guys have been here before in the AAA final. A few of them were here for the the British Summer Cup, BBF Summer Cup, and playing in the gold final then. How is some of that experience from those guys going to bring it to some of those players who've not been in these big final moments before?
Yeah, it's a good question. But for us, I mean, it doesn't matter what the game is. The distances are the same. The bases are the same distance apart. We're still going to see a lot of the same pitching. So a lot of times it doesn't matter, in my opinion. It's more about how you handle the pressure. And as I said, I think these guys have shown that they can do that.
Okay. And just finally, obviously some people may be more or less familiar with the team that you have, Chip. Do you want to give us some names of players to to really look out for, who you think are going to provide for you in those big spots?
Well, today, yeah, we've got Amine, who's been he's barely made the minimum for games this year, so I'm going to look for some stuff from him. He's going to be playing left field, real speedster. We are looking also for Joe O'Connell to come through. He has been always a pillar of this team in many, many ways, pillar of our club, and but he swings an awful powerful bat, so I would listen for that. And yeah, I think we've got some surprises up our sleeves, so that's what we're looking for today. You're going to see some good baseball.
Yeah, and that's obviously, as the listeners at home and the viewers, and I myself and everybody here wants to do. We want to see some good baseball. We want to see the potential bad weather stay away so we can get to games. So, Chip, I want to wish you and the Metros the best of luck today. Go out there and give us an entertaining game.
Great. Thank you, Russell.
Thank you, man. So, the players take the field for today's AAA final. Just to have you know, there is a very strong wind in today, coming in from left field to home plate, so we do apologise if our cameras are a little bit shaky today, especially the one out in centre field. We will try and give you the best that we can. Obviously, pitching for the Bournemouth today is Juan Lopez. Sorry, Jose Lopez. Jose Lopez has pitched 15 games so far this season for the Bournemouth Bears, massing up 84 and 2/3 innings pitched with an ERA at 2.4, which is phenomenal given the league average is 7.7. He has struck out 118 batters and only walked 14, so very much expect a lot of pitches in and around the zone, not too much wild stuff, so we'll wait to see what we get from him today.
There's a lot of interference from those fans, it's quite loud.
Batting first for the Metros will be Cameron Lee.
You got the graphic up.
Wow.
You've got that.
If I turn to you and go, what the hell just happened? Be ready.
I'm getting confused.
Okay, batting first for the London Metros is Cameron Lee. I haven't done the. I haven't done the. I didn't do the. And that's first pitch swinging, and that gets down for a single to the centre fielder. Maybe that signals some intent that the Metros will have today, trying to get at Jose early. He is known to pitch and pitch in the zone, so that's maybe what we'll get from them. Batting second is Cole Wyman. Yeah, it's not picking up the pit. Well, the next one will be right, but. A pick off there. Obviously, they are wary of Cameron. He has had a lot of stolen bases this year.
That's why, and because we're then busy, so it's fine for now. It's fine if we empty it.
That ball goes foul. And pitch comes in, makes contact, gets to the third, but he's on the ground, and he does not manage to come up cleanly onto his feet, and there is no play at second or first there. The third baseman was in short on the grass, maybe thinking that there could be a bunt or some play to shift the runner across, but that hurt them there as the ball came to him too fast for him to handle. Now batting, Caden Horwood. And Caden first pitch swings, and it comes back over behind home plate.
Oh yeah, I got. It was the first guy. So first pitch line drive.
Finds himself in a little bit of hole here. Pitch looks. Just a ball outside. Count is 1-2. Pitcher looks back at the runner, steps off. And he makes solid contact over the head of the third baseman, and it lands fair. The runner from second scores. The runner from first advances to third. It is a one-run double there from the pitcher, Caden Horwood. The Metros have jumped out on top here. They lead 1-0. Up to bat now. Batting first, Mark Skopek. Takes a strike for the first pitch. Swings on the next pitch. Nice little off speed there with a little deception. It's now down. Skopek is now down 0-2. Pitch outside. Good eyes. Pitch watches it for a strike on the bottom corner. Great pitching. They get the first out now. The pressure moves a little bit away from the Bears here, but they still are facing two runners in scoring position for the London Metros with the catcher, Joe O'Connell. Will he jump on the first pitch like a few of the others have? He does swing. He did not keep with that one. The next one, he fouls off behind him. Timed that one up right, but once again was just a little bit under. Now he's down on the hole. 0-2. And the pitch comes in. He makes contact. And catcher's interference is called. So it looks like it hit the glove on the swing through. So it's another base runner for the London Metros. It does not advance any of the runners, but they now have the bases loaded with one out. Up to bat now is the shortstop, Doug McDougall. Takes the first pitch for a strike.
Yeah, I sort of see what you mean.
Lopez has stuck pretty much in and around the zone so far today. He has the one strikeout and he's really looking for another or a double play here. Off-speed pitch comes a little bit too far inside for a ball. Both the corner infielders, the third baseman and the first baseman, are in looking for a play at home on a ball in play to get the runner out. And he swings at that one. Little higher pitch, swings underneath. Count is now 1-2. Big pitch coming in. Outside, goes for a back pick. And the runner dives safely back. Count is 2-2. And contact is made. It looks like it's going to go straight down. Yep, straight down the throat of right fielder. But the runners tag up and a second run is scored. So it is a sacrifice fly for Doug McDougall, scoring the second run for the London Metros. Now with two outs and runners on the corner, the Metros lead 2-0. Up to bat now is Angel Tejada. First pitch is taken inside for a ball. Tejeda takes the second pitch low. Good eyes on those first two pitches. Really key moment here. Another hit will drive in a third run and put them in a great position. Catcher briefly calls time. Count is 2-A. Angel should be probably expecting something in the zone here. Big swing, but it probably will be down the throat of the center fielder, who comes in, makes the clean catch for the third out of the inning. It was good contact, but a little bit too much underneath, and it was an easy one for the center fielder. So the Metros score 2 runs, and that puts them up 2-0 after the top of the first. We'll go into the bottom shortly. We'll be back with you then. Pitching for the London Metros today is...
There's no audio on the interview screen. Do you want audio on?
Warming up now is the starting pitcher for the London Metros, Caden Horwood. Caden started the semi-final for the Metros and went 4 2/3. So we'll see how he'll do again today. Struggled a little bit for command at times last week. Over the season, Caden had started 5 games with a 7.6 ERA. He only pitched 18 innings over there, so I think that's probably what we can really expect for him today, somewhere in the 3 to 5 innings region. The London Metros piggybacked him with Tommy Pigato and now Matsushita last time for their semi-final success, so I imagine they shall do something fairly similar today.
First for the Bournemouth Bears, William Vega.
Batting first, William Vega, the second baseman. And first pitch. Ooh. Taken for a ball. And next pitch is in for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. And he swings on the next pitch. It goes up high.
Got no input.
Oh, no, that's me, Gabs. No, it was me.
No input on that.
We apologise, we've lost the feed from the centre field camera for a second. Well, after that pop-up, which was really picked up, it then is grounded to second. And it's an easy play at first there for the first out. First pitch is there, it's in the dirt. Second pitch is in there for a strike. Count is 1-1. As I said, just momentarily, we are having issues with our feed from centre field. We'll hopefully get that back up for you shortly. Third pitch is outside. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. The second batter is Juan Miguel Ortega. He swings, he makes contact. It's being moved in the wind, but it is taken by the fielder in right field. He lost that a little bit, but then managed to get back under it. The wind definitely playing a little bit of havoc with what the outfielders are going to see today, but that's 2 outs. Batting third, the pitcher, Jose Lopez. First pitch is outside for a ball. Second pitch is taken for a strike. 1-1. And he swings, but it goes straight to the third baseman, who picks it up cleanly, throws to first. No major effort there by the runner. So that is 3 up, 3 down. And the Metros maintain their 2-run lead. And that is the end of the first. We'll be back with you shortly.
Batting now for 23, Barney Stubby.
And welcome back to the Journey Sports Media production of the BBF semi-final between the London Metros and the Bournemouth Bears. The Metros lead by 2 runs to nothing. Up now is Amine Subwe. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Comes the second pitch. And it is a strike, good cut. It was one to swing at. Count is 1-1. Third pitch coming now. And contact is made, and it is between the third baseman and the shortstop. It's another base runner for the London Metros. The leadoff gets on first again. Batting now in ninth, third baseman Lawrence Hodgkins. It's a strike on the first pitch. Amine has had a few stolen bases today. He's not played many games, so when you saw that he only has 4, it's in a smaller sample size. We'll see if he's looking to steal here. Force the situation. And that swing, it's flared out. It is going to land fair. And the runner at first slid into second because he did not know that that ball had escaped all of the outfielders and gone into foul territory. So it does not turn into a double with runners on second and third, but just a single. They'll obviously still take that as we now go back to the top of the order with Cameron Lee up to bat. Takes the first pitch for a ball. So, 1-0. And it's in play. Oh. So, the play there. The runner was into the fielder, but they went to third to get the out anyway. So that is just 1 out there on that play. So that fielder's choice leaves runners still on first and second. Just have a second here. The manager is coming out to have a chat. I think the question was there from Chip was just around whether there was any interference from where the fielder was set up in the line between the runner and the base. Could have been runner's interference as well as he was trying to field it, but we just have the out at third. 1 out with runners on first and second. Up to bat, Cole Wyman. Takes the first pitch for a ball.
Outfield camera's gone again.
And the ball is in play. Looks like they'll try and... No, they take the lead runner for 1 again. No attempts to make 2 there. They just get the lead runner for a second time at third. Sorry, once again, the wind is playing havoc with some more of our equipment here. That was a ball. Up now is batting the pitcher, Caden Horwood. So the runners, pitches. Oh. Must have been just a bit inside. We have 2 outs, runners on first and second. And contact is made. Is it going to land? It will. It's going to flare. The runner is held. Probably a smart decision there by the third base coach. That throw would have probably had him dead to rights. So the Metros now have the bases loaded, but there are 2 outs. Can Mark Skopek, the first baseman, make a big difference here and drive in some of these on-base runners? And oh, it is probably the runner there is safe at third. The third baseman failed to pick it up cleanly, so the runner scores.
Up to bat now, number 11, Joe O'Connell.
So the Metros get their third run across, and they still have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Up to bat now is Joe O'Connell. Yeah, that last play was an error by the third baseman. And pitch comes in. It's inside for a ball. Second pitch here of a very important at bat. And that one's a strike on the outside corner. The count is 1-1. We have the bases loaded with 2 outs here, with the Metros leading 3-0. Any more they can tack on can put them in a very good position to work from. And contact is made, but it should be caught by the right fielder. But it is dropped. The runner is safe. The person from, and it clears the bases. 3 runners will score. That came out of the glove of the right fielder. It will be interesting to see what the scorer makes of that, but that has cleared the bases and scored 3 runs for the Metros. They now lead 6-0. Up to bat now is Doug McDougall, the shortstop. Still 2 outs, and now with the runner on second. He swings on that one, makes a foul tip. But the umpire is called catcher's interference once again. Up to bat now is Angel Tejada. And they do stick with the catcher's interference call. So we now have runners on first and second with 2 outs for Angel Tejada. Metros have given themselves a big lead here early, getting 6 runs. And they look to drive more and really put the pressure even deeper onto the Bournemouth Bears. Takes the first pitch for a strike. He swings, but it is foul. So the count now 0-2. Time briefly called by base runner O'Connell there. Another big moment here. Jose Lopez will like to get out of this inning without conceding any more runs. So now having Tejeda in a gap. He does. He makes contact, but it does go to the second baseman. He doesn't pick it up cleanly, but they get the throw to first to get that third out. But the Metros managed to score 4 in that half inning to now give them a 6-0 lead. Midway through the second, we'll be back to you for the bottom of the second shortly. Batting now, center fielder Daniel Mermel. That's the ball inside there. Bears are going to really look to have to try and get some base runners here to get the game back closer to them. Just as I was saying, we're just changing the cameras out in center field to try and improve your experience, so that angle will be back to you shortly. Next pitch comes in and just a little low. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch inside again. 3 balls, no strikes. It'll just be another pitch here from Caden Forward. Needs to get that one over the plate. He's not going to swing. And it's off speed. It's still a ball. So that is a walk. And the leadoff runner makes the base. Batting now, the catcher, Roger Cedeno. The Metros and the pitcher here will be hoping for a ground ball and a double play. We'll see what they get. Nope, that's another pitch outside. The winds are really picking up here at Finsbury Park. Farnham Park, I do apologise. A strong wind coming in from left field towards home plate. And the second pitch is in for a strike. That's what he needed after 5 consecutive balls. Now we'll see what the batter will do. Third pitch of the at-bat. And swings, really chases that one. The count is now 1-2. And looks like a balk has been given by the first base umpire. As he was waiting, the pitcher seemingly waiting for the batter to get ready. So the runner has advanced to second. The count is still 1-2. We have our center field camera back now, so hopefully we can get that without any more problems. Hopefully your experience is still a good one anyway. And here comes the pitch. Contact is made. It's a little pop flare as it stays into foul territory. There's a pitch in the ground, but it is blocked by the catcher, so the runner does not advance. That takes it to 2-2. Experiencing some very strong gusts of winds here now, so all the balls high are going to be difficult for the fielders to make a chance at. And here comes the pitch, and he swings and a miss for the strikeout. That is the first out of the inning. Up now to bat, the left fielder, Rafael Ugas. The Bears really needing a run here to kind of get themselves back into the game. So we'll see what Ugas can do with the runner in scoring position at second. Takes the first pitch for a ball. And swings on the next one, which was a little bit low. And the payoff pitch comes in and contact is made, but it goes straight to second, who throws to first. They get the out. The runner has advanced to third, but that is now 2 down in the inning. Let's have a look replay of that. Yes, very nice and cleanly done there by the Metro's defense. So the runner is now 90 feet from home, but the Bears are 2 outs down in this inning as they look to get some of the 6-run deficit back. Batting now is Williams Vega. And that was a 4-ball walk there. We now have the runners on the corners, but still with 2 outs. The Metros will be looking for a strikeout or a ground ball and a simple play to first. The Bears will be looking to drive in at least 1, if not more. See what they can do with 2 outs. First ball is in there for a strike after the batter showed bunt. Batting now is Jose Bobadilla. He does not chase. The pitch outside there, the count goes to 1-1. Let's see with the next pitch who gets ahead in this at-bat. And contact is made, but it is fouled off over behind. So now Bobadilla is down 1-2 in the count. Metro's 1 strike away from getting through an inning with another 0. The pitch comes in. He hits him. That is not what he was intending to do in any way, shape, or form, but that now puts the bases loaded. So the bases are now loaded with just the 1 out. So yeah, up to bat now, the number 9 hitter, shortstop, Ben Hyde. Key moment here for the game as the Bears look to get back for them to the 6-run deficit. That ball is high. As you say, this is a key moment in this game, even though we are only in the bottom of the 2nd. He takes the next pitch for a strike to put the count at 1-1.
Looks good.
And that pitch is inside. Batter here very much being selective with what he wants to swing at. A walk or a hit by pitch will drive in a run, the same as a hit. Batter calls time. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And he makes contact, but it goes straight to the 2nd. He miscleaned fields it, but he makes the throw to first to get the force out. And the Metros stop the Bears from scoring there, which means they maintain their 6-0 lead after the bottom of the 2nd. We'll be back to you shortly for the top of the 3rd. And now we're back for the top of the third. I welcome all to a Journey Sports Media production of the BBF AAA final here at Farnham Park. The London Metros lead by 6 runs to nothing. At bat is Amane Subwe, who takes the first pitch for an inside strike. And the next pitch goes wide for a ball. Although Jose Lopez has given up 6 runs so far today, we do very much expect him to continue through most of the game today. He did throw 130 pitches in the semi-final victory. And that's another pitch inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bears do have a couple of other good options for pitching on the bench, but I would very much expect them to come much later in the game. And that is low. 3 balls, 1 strike. And look how we're coming in here. 3-1 count is inside. Ball 4. So the London Metros get their lead off. Base runner once again. Will they successfully drive them round as they have done so in some of the previous innings? So now up to bat is the third baseman, Lawrence Hodgkins. And he fouls off the first pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Comes the second pitch. Once again, another foul. This one, it was foul tip and caught by the catcher, which puts Hodgkins down 0-2 in the count. Let's see what he can do now. And makes good contact, but he was quite early on that swing, and that goes majorly foul to the third base side. Also, the runner did look to take a bit of a lead there and maybe was going to make a jump if it wasn't fouled off. So we'll see if Subwe at first will make another attempt at stealing. The pitch is taken for a strike. The umpire had a little bit of thought about that one, but it didn't come inside enough. So that is a strikeout for Jose Lopez, which now takes us back to the top of the order for the London Metros and their leadoff hitter, center fielder Cameron Lee. The runner goes and is there safely at second. The pitch was a ball, so the runner is now in scoring position for Lee. Let's see if he can drive him in. Cameron has gone 1 for 2 so far today, up for the third time. Second and short came in there for a second on the base runner. Pitcher looks back, delivers, and that's a pitch inside. So Lee now with 2 balls and no strikes, probably expecting Fastball here, and he does swing on it, but is slightly underneath that one. Fouling it off behind over home plate. And the pitch comes in, he makes contact. The left baseman picks it up with a beautiful sliding play there. That is a good play. The fielders looked like that they were jogging off the field there, but that was only the second out. But it was a very nice sliding pickup there by the second baseman and a clean throw to first for the second out. Let's go have a look at that replay. Yeah, a beautiful piece of work there by the second baseman to pick that up cleanly and get the throw to first. And now at bat for the Metros is Cole Wyman. And his second pitch then is in there for a strike, so we are at 1-1. Cole is 1 for 2 today. Let's see if he can get a hit and increase the Metro's lead. Oh, big swing on that off-speed pitch there. Lovely piece of deception there from the pitcher, Lopez. So the count is now 1-2. Can Bournemouth get through this inning without giving up another run so the Metros don't extend their lead beyond 6? Pitch comes in, and it's a big swing and a miss for a strikeout. And Bournemouth managed to stop the London Metros scoring this inning. So the score stays at 6-0 as we're midway through the third. We'll be back for you with the bottom of the third shortly. And welcome back to the Journey Sports Media production of the BBF semi-finals. We're now into the bottom of the third inning. Remember, today we'll also be having the AA final live for you as well after this game completes. And also at Farnham Park, the single A final between Cardiff Blues and the London Mustangs will also be happening. We won't be able to bring that one to you live, sadly, as the AA and single A games are simultaneous. Batting now for the Bears is the leadoff hitter, Williams Vega. They will hopefully want to do better with the top of the order this time around than they did in the first time through the order. It's you! So Vega has taken 3 pitches there, all for balls. Let's see what we get from the 4th pitch. It is enough speed, but it is a little bit too high. So a 4-pitch walk there to start the inning means the Bournemouth Bears do have a lead-off runner. Up to bat now is Juan Miguel Ortega. He's looking to advance this runner and get himself on base. Let's see how he does. That's a ball. Bears looking to kind of shift the momentum of the game in this half inning. And that's another ball. So that is the first 6 pitches of this innings. A balls here from Caden Horwood. The batters, I think, will be very reluctant to swing so far until he gets something in that strike zone. And that is another ball. So the count is 3-0 with the runner on first and no outs. Big pitch here. And that one is a strike. So Howard has managed to get that strike in and make the batter think about making a swing now. It'll be interesting to see what the batter does here in this moment. The count is 3-1. And that is high for ball 4. Taking his base. Catcher calls time and he's going to go out to speak. Yes, I think with the 9 pitches of this 3rd inning, 8 of them being a balls, they're just going to have a little moment there to go out and have a word with Horwood and see if they can just help calm him down, get those pitches back into the zone. They've got a 6-run lead, so they can decide to be a little bit aggressive and try to get more in the zone. We're back to you shortly. So, the 3rd batter for the innings, the pitcher Jose Lopez, is up now. Can he help himself by getting some runs back? That first pitch is in there for a strike. Let's see if the little meeting there between the infield, the pitcher, and the catcher can make a difference here. Howard does have the 6 runs to play with, so he should be a little bit more aggressive with that strike zone. Looks the runner back and throws an off speed. And it is blooped, and it does land, and it gets past the right fielder to the fence. It will score both of the runners, but it won't because it has gone out of play here. So it's going to be a ground rule double. So he has to go back to 3rd. It is a ground rule double as he went out of play into the softball area, which we have out here in right field. So that will be just a ground rule double, scoring just the 1 for the Bears. An unlucky break for them, but they still have 1 run in for a 6-1 ball game with the runners on 2nd and 3rd. So we now move on to strike there on the first pitch. The batter tried to step out and call time, but it wasn't in time for it. But yes, Daniel Merriman is up to pitch. What? Pitch in there for a strike. count is 0-2. And next pitch is low, but just does not clip the bottom of the zone and does not tease the batter into making a swing. So it is now 1-2. Metros will very much here be looking for a strikeout to not advance the runners and get them their first out of the inning. Here's the pitch. And he makes contact, looks the runner back, the throw to first, gets the out. That is a great defensive play there by the third baseman. Ball to him, looked the runner back at third, and then got it across to first for the out. So the Bears still have runners on second and third, but it is now 1 out in this inning. Up to bat now is the catcher, Roger Cedeno. Oh, ball in the dirt there, but well blocked by the catcher, O'Connell. Nearly fooled the batter into swinging there, but he did check. 1-0. Next pitch, and contact is made, but it is to the right fielder, who makes the clean catch and tries to throw back, but it's not cut off cleanly at first. So the runner scores on that sac fly, but the runner at second did not advance to third on that play. So the Bournemouth Bears have got back a second run, so this now is a 6-2 game. Up to bat now is the left fielder, Rafael Yugas. And ball is for the cut, and it gets up. And on that well pitch, the runner does advance to third. But there are 2 outs in the inning now, so that will bother the Metros slightly less than it would earlier on. So 1 ball, no strike here. And contact is made. Is it going to land in front of the center fielder? No, he runs in and cleanly makes that catch. That is a great piece of work there by Lee Cameron at center field. So the Bears managed to cut the deficit to 4. So it is 6-2 after the bottom of the third. We'll be back to you at the top of the fourth shortly. And welcome back to a Journey Sports Media production here for the top of the fourth of the AAA final here at Farnham Park. Up to bat now for the London Metros is the pitcher, Caden Horwood. The Metros had their lead cut by 2 in that third inning. So we'll be looking to try and extend that back now, but that 6-2 lead is still with them. Horwood takes the first pitch for a strike there. And that pitch is inside. The Metros so far have successfully managed to get their lead-off batter on base in all 3 innings. We'll see if that will continue here for the 4th. He makes contact, but it is straight to the glove of the third baseman, who throws across cleanly to the first for the out. The third baseman has been shallow for a lot of the day today, and once again then, but it went clean to his glove, which made it a very nice and simple play to first there for the out. So, up to bat now is the first baseman, Mark Skopek. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. And that's a foul there. Takes the catcher's mask. Just let him take a little bit of time there, check that he's okay. And he makes contact there, and it does bloop nicely over the infield. No play there for the outfield. So Mark Skopek does successfully make his way onto base.
So number 11, Joe O'Connell.
O'Connell makes contact there, but it goes straight to the right fielder. Good solid contact there, but that is another out in this inning. So that's 2 outs.
28, Doug McDougall.
Jose Lopez is definitely getting more into his groove now. The runner still is on first. And batting now is Doug McDougall with 2 outs. That's a pitch to strike on the inside. The runner goes and is safe. Oh, Definitely looked like he had a chance on that play, but it looks like it was avoided by the runner, and he is safe. The second baseman does not like that call. That was a very close play. It looked like it was going to be more on the tag in the air as he tried to go around him more than at the plate. But no, the runner has successfully managed to get to second. So now with 2 outs, McDougall has a chance to drive in a run if he can get a hit. And that ball is hit, but it goes to the third baseman, but it gets through his legs. He does get the chance, though, to pick it back up and tag the runner who was making his way to third. Question whether that was the right decision to go, but it was 2 outs, so you generally do go on contact. So the Bears managed once again to shut down the Metros and keep the runs just at 6. So it is now still 6-2 after the top of the 4th. We'll be back to you shortly. And welcome back to the bottom of the 4th here, this Journey Sports Media production of the AAA final. Batting now for the Bournemouth Bears is Carlo Velasco. That first pitch is there for a ball. That one is swung, it is high, but it lands just out of the grasp of the pitcher and the first baseman. And this time he makes contact and he puts it between the shortstop and the third baseman to give himself a nice single there. The replay there. Not much the infield can do there. Perfectly placed between third and short. Pitcher will always feel slightly put off that he got the ground ball, but he did not get the out. Up to bat now, the right fielder, Jose Bobadilla. And And the runner advanced there. There seems to be no call from the defense to help the catcher out there that the runner was going. So the runner is now in scoring position at second base. That is 2 balls and no strikes. That one's in there for a strike. Contact is made, but it does go foul down the third base side. Two and two. Count is 2-2. Payoff pitch. And it is grounded. Gets to the second baseman, who makes it to first to get the out. The runner does advance from second to third. So a semi-productive about there for Jose Babida. Coming in now to bat, the ninth batter for the Bournemouth Bears, Ben Hyde. Bournemouth have 1 out now in this inning, but with the runner on third, now just 90 feet away from home. Bournemouth looking to continue to chip their way back at this deficit. And contact is made there, but it is fouled off down the first base side. Both of the semi-final games were very much seesaw to and from games, so neither of these sides will be expecting themselves to compete or not compete, even though there are some differences. And that is a hit by pitch, which will take the runner to first. That's the second hit by pitch there by the pitcher. Once again, lower in the order, it's not where you want to make that mistake, giving the potentially weaker batters an easier chance at making it to first. Now we go back to the top of the order for the Bournemouth Bears with Williams Vega. We have 1 out here with runners on the corners. The runner goes, and it is a strike on the pitch. And defensively, they choose not to make any attempt on the play there. The throw down to second could have given the chance for the runner at third to come home. So the Metros chose to accept that defensive loss. Next pitch is fouled off. So quickly, the batter is down 0-2 in this at bat. So a big one here for the pitcher here to get ahead, get himself a strikeout here, and he can really help his team and himself getting through this inning without giving up a run. And the pitch comes in. And contact is made, and it is up the middle. That scores at least 1. The throw is in. It is cut. There is no play at home. It is a 2 RBI single, which takes this game half the deficit and makes it 6-4. With the ascendancy very much now to the Bournemouth Bears, if they've got 4 in a row. We got the moment. It looks like Chip, the manager for the London Metros, is coming out to have a word, and I think we are going to have a pitching change, as walking out with him is Tommy Pigado, who will probably be the replacement pitcher. Let's just see here, once we get through the end of this meeting, that was a big at-bat there for Bears, being 0-2 in the count. Looks like he challenged him on the pitch, and he hit it right back up the middle there to drive in 2 runs and turn this to a 4-6 ball game. Let's see what we're going to happen here. Yep, it does look like the ball has been handed over from Caden Horwood to Tommy. We'll be back to you shortly while the pitcher warms up on the mound. So Tommy Pigotto has come in to bat. Caden Horwood, the pitcher, has gone to third base, which means that Tommy has replaced the third baseman, Lawrence Hodgkins. And the first pitch is in the dirt, which allows the runner to advance to third. He takes a quick look. Second, he takes a quick look at third, but the catcher has it under control. So the runner is now in scoring position. Batting now is Juan Miguel Ortega, and he takes a second pitch for a ball. So Bournemouth now have the tying run at the plate. What can Ortega do? Pitch comes in and he takes it for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. In the previous semi-final for the Metros, Tommy came in and was also a good shutout pitcher for them in a clean moment, and they get the pop-up there, which is taken by the shortstop for the second out. A nice simple out there for them, which now keeps them still at 6-4 with 2 outs and the runner on second. So if Tommy can do his thing and get another out here, he has done his thing to get them through this inning and to get them a little bit closer. But they are only 2 runs ahead now. Batting now is the pitcher, Jose Lopez. Takes that second pitch low. The pitcher is looking back at the runner, trying to not give him too much of a lead, then throws the pitch. which is just on the outside corner there for a strike. Takes the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Picardo, the pitcher here, is keeping his eye definitely on the runner at second to make sure he does not get a lot of a lead, as a ball in play could definitely get them a 5th runner. That ball is in the dirt, which makes the count at 3 and 1. A good block there by the catcher O'Connell to stop the runner advancing to third. Big pitch now. Imagine an interesting decision there for the pitcher and catcher to make. He throws, it goes straight to third base, who then picks it clean, throws it to first, and gets them the out. So the Metros are still ahead, but it is now only by 2. It has been chipped away from 6-0, then 6-2, and now 6-4. That is the bottom of the 4th, and we'll be back to you shortly for the top of the 5th. We're back now for the top of the 5th. The Metros have been shut down in the last couple of innings, so they will really look to change the flow of this game and take it away from the Bears, who probably, even though they are behind in the scoreboard, they are probably ahead in momentum in this game. So 6-4 here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that first pitch is inside and low for a ball. Here at Journey Sports Media, we are delighted to bring you coverage of the AAA final. Hopefully you can all subscribe and hit that note. And yes, that is a single for Angel Tejeda there. He got it past that third baseman, who is in short, so doesn't have much of an opportunity to make an effort at some plays. And then he gets his way easily to first there. So Amane Subway up next for the London Metros. Takes the first pitch for a ball. The runner goes on that throw and is out on the tag. A great throw down there by the catcher, gave the runner not much of a chance there. And we'll go to the replay there. And yeah, a great throw there from the catcher straight to the second baseman. Runner not even really getting a chance to slide and make his safe there. He was semi-dead to right. Check swing there, but does end up fouling the ball off. So that strike there, it takes the count to 3-2. And payoff pitch goes straight back to the catcher. Catcher to the pitcher. Amane does not make too much of an effort to make his way down to first there. That ball was a clean out as soon as it was in the glove of the pitcher. So the Metros are 2 down in the top of the 5th here. Once again now continuing to struggle to get momentum against the Bears here, even though they have a 6-2 lead. Up to bat now is the pitcher, Thomas Pigado. He swings at the first pitch and misses. So after that foul off, he is now down 0-2. What can Tommy do here? That ball is high. Good eyes from the pitcher there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It takes that one for strike 3, and the Bournemouth Bears shut down the Metros for the 3rd inning in success after giving up 2 and 4 respectively in the first 2 innings. So this game stays at 6-4 midway through 5. We'll be back to the bottom of the 5 shortly.
Bournemouth Bears, number 13, Daniel Mermo.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fifth here for the Journey Sports Media production of the BBF semi-final between the London Metros and the Bournemouth Bears. Metros lead 6-4, but it was 6-0, and the momentum is very much with the Bears right now. Daniel Mermill is up to bat here against the relief pitcher Tommy Pagaro, who came in the last inning and got a couple of outs. We'll expect 2, maybe 3 more innings from him before they probably go to now Matsushita to close the game, and that's a lovely strike there to take the count to 1-1. Off-speed pitch. Oh, just drifted a little bit too far inside there. Looked like a good one, but just didn't quite get the umpire's decision. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is a bit outside. So that takes it to 3-1. Bears have been very patient with their at-bats today and have drawn numerous walks, 4 from Caden Horwood, the starting pitcher for the Metros. We'll see if they can draw another one here and give themselves a lead-off runner. Ball 4, they're on the outside again, and Mermill turns and tries to pump up the support that we have here for Bournemouth Bears, the loud support that you are hearing fairly regularly from the third base side. So we have a runner on first here with no outs, and up to bat the catcher Roger Cedeno. Obviously the Metros here will be looking for a ground ball double play or a strikeout to not letting the runner progress. First pitch is there for a strike. As we had at the end of the last inning for the Bears, they now have the tying run at the plate. They have 3 outs to work with this inning, and they get that. It goes perfectly through the gap. The runners just advanced 1 there, but that was just past the diving third baseman, Caden Horwood, who did not get a chance to get his glove on that, which means the weakly induced ground ball goes to the way of the Bournemouth Bears, and they now have runners on first and second with no outs.
Number 24, Rafael Ugas.
Up to bat now, the left fielder, Rafael Ugas. They have no outs here, Bournemouth, and the tying run on first, and now the go-ahead run at home plate. The first time today we have been able to say that. And he turns around to pick, and it goes into the center field. It is a mistake there from the pitcher. It's thrown back in, but the runners do advance 1. A costly mistake there by the pitcher. A costly mistake there by the pitcher now means that the runners are both in scoring position, which means Bournemouth have the tying run in scoring position. First pitch is in there for a strike. Pegado here now just has to work with his catcher, get out of his head the mistake that was made to allow the runners to advance, and work with the fact they have the lead. That's just a bit outside. The count is 1-1. A solid hit from the left fielder here could drive in a couple of runs, but it goes back to the pitcher. He looks the runner at third back and gets the out at first. So that is a nice cheap out there for the London Metros. So the Bournemouth Bears now have 1 out with runners on second and third, down by 2. The Metros will take a couple more of those if they can to get them out of the inning. Up to bat now is the third baseman, Carlos Velasco. Comes the first pitch, and that's high. And the second pitch is outside. And that's again just outside. Pegado, the pitcher, not particularly either happy with the call or happy with himself. What's going on there? Obviously, they do have the base free at first, so walking the batter here isn't the worst outcome. It will then bring the double play back in. And that's hit. Contact is made. It is going to the left fielder who makes the catch. The throw is cut off. They go back to second to try and get the out there, but he is safe. So that sacrifice fly makes this a one-run ball game. Bournemouth now trail by 6 runs to 5 here in the bottom of the 5th. Up to bat now, the right fielder, Jose Bobadilla. The tying run is still there at second. With Jose being the go-ahead run himself, we now do have 2 outs in the inning. And that's a ball in the dirt, but it is blocked well there by the catcher.
It's just gone out.
Apologize once again, we are having technical difficulties with our outfield camera. And that is a foul tip there. The count is 1-1. And a big off-speed pitch there is swung on and missed. So Pegado now gets ahead in this count, 1-2. Big moment here. Can the Metros maintain their lead? The pitch is delivered, and it is fouled off. Count stays at 1-2. And here comes the pitch. It is, contact is made, but it is hit fly. Can the left field make it in? He does make it in to make the 3rd out of the inning. The Metros keep their lead, but it is now down to 1. It was 6-0. It was 6-2. It was 6-4. It is now 6-5. The Metros maintain their lead, but it is now down to just 1 run. We'll bring you back for the top of the 6th shortly. So we now get back to the top of the order once again for the London Metros. This time up to bat is Cameron Lee. The Metros have failed to score in the last 3 innings after putting 6 up in the first 2. So will Jose Lopez continue his dominance of this lineup? Here's the first pitch. And that ball is low and in the dirt. Jose's pitch count is up to 85 pitches for the day. But as I did mention earlier on today, he threw over 130 in the semi-final. So we would very much expect him to continue on for the most, if not all of this game. Contact is made, but it is straight back to the pitcher once again. So,
Now, number 18, Cole Wyman.
first runner is out. And now up the second batter, Cole Wyman. Can the Metros look to change their luck or their funk here? It's a couple of solid hits that have gone straight back to the pitcher. Here comes the first pitch. And that's in there for a strike. And the second pitch is inside for a ball. Wyman is 1 for 3 today. Obviously with that hits coming back in the earlier innings after they have been pretty much shut down by Jose Lopez in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Ooh, checks his swing, but it does come back inside for the strike. A delightful off-speed pitch there from Lopez. The count is 1-2. And that ball is inside. On the knees, but not there for a strike. 2-2. And here we go. It strikes him out. And that is 2 down for the Metros. Jose Lopez has very much got into his groove here. As the Metros have now struggled to put runners on the base. Up to bat now is Caden Hayward, who is now moved from being the pitcher earlier on to third base. Takes that first pitch in there for a ball. Metros really looking to get some momentum shift here. Any hit will probably do, and that is solid contact, but it is foul. He's just a little bit early on that one. Ended up landing a good 10 feet to the left of the third base line, but that was solid contact. The count is 1-1. Comes the third pitch of the at-bat. And that one is another one in there for the strike. So that takes the count to 1-2. He's got a couple of the Metros looking on that very nice inside off-speed pitch there. See what we get now. Sticking something fast. That's outside. Good eyes there by Horwood. Takes the count to 2-2. And foul ball. Catcher did not manage to hang on to that one, so Ford gets a slight reprieve as the count stays at 2-2. And that's inside. So it takes us to a full count. And contact is made, and it gets full. The diving first baseman nearly gets it on the fly, but he's unable to hold on as he makes the dive and close the glove. So we get a hit there for the Metros. Can Mark Skopek, the first baseman, help drive this run around and take some of the momentum backwards in the direction of the Metros? That was a great effort by the first baseman there. Full extension diving, but just could not quite come up with the ball. Let's pitch inside. And here comes the second pitch. And that's high. It's another ball. Metros are going to really try and use these at-bats here to change the momentum of the game. They may still have the lead, but everything does seem to be with Bournemouth. The runner goes, and it is a good throw, and he is out. It is another fantastic throw from the catcher, right on the money for the second baseman to just turn around and make the tag. So that is the conclusion of this inning. The Metros fail to put us runner score on the board once again for the fourth innings in succession, but they do still lead 6-5 as we head into the bottom of the sixth. We'll be back with you shortly. And we're back now here at Journey Sports Media for the BBF semi-final between the London Metros and the Bournemouth Bears. We bring you to the bottom of the sixth, where it is 6-5 to the Metros, but all the momentum is with the Bears as they've brought this game from 6-0 down after the top of the second to 6-5 as it is there. The batter, Ben Hyde there, very much looking to go for the bunt, but the ball was very wide outside. And I tried the off-speed one to go against that. And he gets the weak contact, but it perfectly intersects the shortstop and the third baseman to give them another single and a runner on first for the Bears. So the tying runner is on base and the go-ahead runner is at bat as we go back to the top of the order for the Bournemouth Bears. So up to bat is Williams Vega. First pitch outside there, taken for a ball. Been showing bunt again there by the batter. Mikado has not been throwing them maybe just a little bit outside the zone and they're pulling away. So that is a second ball for this at bat. Now comes the next pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is swung on. Goes to the second baseman who turns it to 1. The throw, the first is not in time. But they get the lead runner at second. So that fielder's choice gets the 1 out in the inning for the Metros. But there is still a runner on base for the next batter. Juan Miguel Ortega, the first baseman. So Bournemouth still have that runner. Oh, we're having a quick moment from the umpires. Maybe there was some interference at second there on the throw. A quick discussion. Obviously, the Metros players were maybe not happy with the incident, but we'll see. Umpires having a discussion. Wasn't really called at the time, so I would be surprised if this is overturned. Yep, the runner is still safe. I think Chip just coming out, the manager of the Metros, to just tell some of the players to just calm down. They do still have the lead. But that play ended up being a fielder's choice, so we do have a runner at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. The Metros leading 6 runs to 5. Like I say, up to bat is Juan Miguel Ortega. Miggy to his friends. He shows bunt, pulls it away, and it is a strike. Next pitch comes, and bit high inside as well. There's 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's low. For a ball. Big moments here. Up to bat next would be Jose Lopez, the pitcher who is also a phenomenal hitter with 4 home runs to his name so far this year. Pitch comes in, inside. That takes us to 3 balls, 1 strike. Pegado probably really here. He's going to have to try and put something over the plate, which means we are in a hitter's paradise, knowing that anything in that area, Ortega should be waiting for his pitch, being ready to swing on it. Here it comes. And he makes contact, and it is foul. Sorry, before we apologise for some of the shortages in our feed today. The wind is playing havoc with some of our equipment. And that is ball 4 for the walk. Catcher calls time. I think that is going to be the end of the day for Pagato, the pitcher. And incoming will be now Matsushita for the London Metros. We'll be back to you shortly after the pitching change and the warm-up. So into pitch for the London Metros is now Matsushita. And that first pitch is in there for a strike. Up to bat is Jose Lopez, the pitcher. Solid base hit here. Could tie the game up for the Bournemouth Bears. And that ball is fouled off. Matsushita gets ahead 0-2 in the count here. Now came in, pitched in relief as the third guy, as done today in the semi-final for the Metros, and threw 3 1/3 shutout innings. They will obviously be wanting the same for him, but it's swung on. It goes past. But as there is runners on the base, the batter is out, but the runners do advance to second and third on that strikeout. Pass ball.
Up to bat now, Daniel Merman.
Up to bat now for the Bournemouth Bears, the centre fielder, Daniel Mermel. And lovely off-speed pitch there in there for the strike.
I don't know what's up. It's blurry. I don't know what's up with it. Like it's not.
Obviously,
Not loaded. What's the fix? Uninstall.
just outside that pitch there. Count goes to 1-1. We're at probably at the most key moment of the day so far, with the runners both in scoring position and 2 outs. The count being 1-1. This is a huge leverage moment for the game. Pitch comes in. It's high. 2 balls, 1 strike.
No image coming through. It's just blank. Oh, wait. It's like really slow. It's really slow.
And the pitch is delivered. It's an off speed, and the batter did not chase it, so the count goes to 3-1. After a first pitch strike from now, the batter has laid off on all of these ones just around the edges. So, be interesting to see what they do here. The first base is free, so will they challenge the batter, or will they put something else in the dirt and see if he swings? Pitcher steps off. Looks like there was some disagreements between the pitcher and the catcher on what to throw there. We'll see what they get to this time around. Lots of discussion here. They've chosen their pitch. He delivers. It's in there for a strike. So we are now at a full count. Pitcher steps off again, has to look at the runner at second. Make sure he doesn't have too much of a lead. Here we go. A big payoff pitch here. And contact is made. It is up the middle. It will score 1. It looks like it will score 2. And it does. The Bournemouth Bears take the lead. That 2 RBI single from Daniel Mermel means that the Bournemouth Bears now lead by 7 runs to 6. The huge moment. The 3-2 pitch ends it up with a line drive up the middle. Not much the pitcher now or the infielders could do about that. That one goes to the Bears, and they now have the lead. All of that pressure has worked in their favor and swung on this pitch. It's high, and it goes out of the field of play. So now the Metros are behind. They have to work their way back into the game. This is a key moment also here because we have started to just get a little bit of rain here at the field. So we are past the 5th inning. So this is a key moment here for the Bears as they've taken the lead just as some of this expected rain starts to fall. And fouls that pitch off.
Yeah. I'll come over.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Keeping my umbrella, by the way.
So the count is now 1-2.
I'll come over with you.
As the rain starts to fall here at Farnham Park. And pitch taken there. Calvin 2-2 here. Matsushita looking to get out of this inning, and another foul ball. The count is still 2-2. And that's then ball there. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch is a walk there. So the runners go advance now. So there's runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. So the Bears leading by 7 runs to 6. That ball is flipped. Flipped to first and by the pitcher. The umpire thinks that he never made contact with the bag, so the runner is safe. So that leaves the bases now loaded for the Bournemouth Bears, still with 2 outs. Bournemouth really trying to tack on more here. Metro's wanting to get out of this inning as soon as possible as the rain is descending, and they would probably like to get some runs on the board themselves to get tied or back into the lead. Contact is made. It goes to the third baseman, who makes the force out at first, and they get the out. But the Bournemouth Bears scored 2 runs in that innings, which means they now take a 7-6 lead going into the top of the 7th. We'll be back to you shortly. So we're now back here for the top of the 7th inning here. Journey Sports Media is proud to be here with you today for the BBF semi-final between the London Metros and the Bournemouth Bears. We go into the top 7 now with the Bournemouth Bears having taken a 7-6 lead. And they lead for the first time in the game as Mark Skopek, the first baseman, comes up to bat for the Metros. As you may be able to see on the broadcast, and I'm saying the heavens are starting to descend on us here in Farnham Park. So the Metros are very much going to want to try and get at least one quick run. So this game is still tied or in their favour if we start to get adverse weather affecting play. Good eyes there from Skopek. Pitch in there for a strike. And gets him to swing on the pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch inside, brings it up to a full count. Big pitch here. And it hits the top corner of the zone for the strikeout. Huge moment there.
Number 11, Joe O'Connell.
Batting now, number 11, Joe O'Connell. As you see how that replay there, probably just about clipped the top corner of the zone. And in there, off speed for a strike. And the second pitch in there for a strike. And he swings, so he's out on 3 pitches there. Up to bat now is Doug McDougall. Key moment here, really, for the Metros. The heavens are really much descending on us here, so there's not much life, I think, in this baseball game. So the Metros will really want to get their 7th run, otherwise they are at the possibility of losing this game due to the weather. And a check swing is up. And it is caught by the 3rd baseman, so the Metros go 1, 2, 3. And we take our way to the mid-7. And as I say that, the umpires are calling the players off the field. They are not going out for the bottom of the 7th. So looks like we are going to be in a rain delay, boys and girls. We'll be back to you whenever that comes out, but we might chat to you in the interim. Back to you shortly. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Journey Sports Media production of the AAA final between the Bournemouth Bears and the London Metros. We have had a short game delay for rain, but even though it does continue to slightly drop, the teams and the umpires have agreed to get out there and try and finish this game. So we will be coming into the bottom of the 7th with the Bears leading 7-6. So that is where we are at, ladies and gentlemen. We will get you back and give you some more live baseball when the inning begins. Do please be aware, though, that we have lost 1 camera from our system due to the adverse weather conditions. But hopefully you can still enjoy the experience of live British baseball here from Farnham Park. We'll be back to you shortly. Go for it. So we are back here for the bottom of the 7th. As the two teams try to make an effort to finish the regulation amount of innings here. Just to make you aware, there have been a couple of defensive changes for the London Metros. Catcher Joe O'Connell is out. Right fielder Cole Wyman has come into catch. And Ren Quantrill has gone out into right field. So here's the first pitch. It's in for a strike. Obviously, there is still a little bit of rainfall falling, but this seems to be the light bit that we're going to have before maybe some more rain to come. So both teams are trying to make sure that we can finish this game in the regulation 9 innings. And that one is fouled off. Here's a pitch. Ooh, just a bit outside. Looked like a nice pitch there. Didn't quite go with the pitch up. That is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the off-speed pitch is fouled off straight behind home. And contact is made, but it gets to the shortstop, but he does not manage to pick it up cleanly as it skids off the surface. And that is first batter makes it safely to base. Come here for a second. And so up to the next batter for the day.
Ben Hyde.
Up comes shortstop, Ben Hyde. Here comes the first pitch. It's quite a bit inside, but it was showing bunt. He did not manage to get out of the way and just got the bat to it. So that is a foul on the first pitch. And the second pitch, it's off speed, but it's just a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the third pitch, and he shows bunt, and it is fouled up the third base line. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Count is now 1 and 2. And the pitch is hit. It is hit softly, picked up by now, and thrown to first for the out. The runner at first successfully makes his way over to second. So given the batter was looking to make a bunt earlier on in the at-bat, that sacrifice is probably what they wanted. We now head back to the top of the order to Williams Vega with the runner now in scoring position and 1 out. And now looks to the runner and throws the next one. For off speed, it's just a little bit too high. Don't know if it's coming across on the broadcast, but the rain is getting a little bit heavier once again. So now takes his second pitch. It's in the dirt, and the runner goes as it got away from the catcher. So with the runner now at third, the London Metro's infield has come in a little bit short to try and stop the runner scoring on an infield play. There's a pass ball on the previous one, so pitch comes in, and that is hit. It is hit foul behind home, and the catcher struggles to find it and does not take it cleanly. So a reprieve there for the batter, Williams Vega. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Oh, and that is and takes it into the head. I don't think there was any intent there, but given the slippery conditions, I don't think there was any intent on that pitch. But you just got to make sure that the player is safe. The pitcher does go and apologize to the batter. They do shake hands. I think that is the occasional difficulties we're going to be having here with a slightly wet ball and a slightly rainy game. But yeah, the batter does look to be all good and has taken his way to first. So runners now on the corners with 1 out. So we have 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Bournemouth Bears lead by 7 runs, 6, and have runners on the corner. Then it is a ball on the pitch, and the runner goes, and there is no throw. And the second pitch comes, and it is fouled again behind. Does the catcher get a chance? No, neither the catcher, the third baseman, or the pitcher get a chance to that ball. But it is a strike. The count is 1-1. Yeah. Count is 1-1. And he shows bunt. And he swung. And so it was a strike. One ball, 2 strikes. What can Ortega, the batter, do? Fouls it off. And he fouled that one straight back off, so his timing was good, just a little bit under it with that swing. So the count is still 1-2. Metro's very much looking forward to getting an out here. not letting a run score. Pitch is delivered, and it is fouled up again. This one coming clearly over behind us. So the count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes for Juan Miguel Ortega. Pitcher Matsushita looks at the runner, delivers the pitch, and it's outside. And 2-2. Pitch is delivered and swung on and foul tipped and caught by the catcher. So 2 outs here now in the bottom of the 7th. The infielders will now take a step back as they just need 1 more out in this inning. Up to bat is the pitcher, Jose Lopez. Bears lead 7-6 with runners on second and third. And he has chosen to be, the manager has intentionally walked Jose Lopez. Up to bat now is Daniel Mermel.
Yeah.
They're both as good as each other.
Yeah.
You just free up the fact that he can't walk it. He's got to be aggressive. I'm getting drips in here. Okay, up to bat now is Daniel Mermil, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. Matsushita gets ahead then 1-0. 0-1. One's just a little bit outside. Pitch now, Matsushita wanted that one. Count is 1-1. The rain is continuing to pour quite vociferously now. It'll be interesting to see how much longer they do continue. That ball is in the dirt on the outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, and he's hit another batter. Like the pitcher is going to say him, and he is apologizing, showing him that he can't, that his cleats are full of mud and he is struggling to pitch. If I'm perfectly honest, boys and girls, I do believe that the umpires should probably call this game here. It is becoming potentially unsafe if the pitcher cannot maintain his cleats and maintain his balance as he's making a pitch. But that hit by pitch does drive in another run, so that takes the Bournemouth Bears up 8-6. Maybe a gap somewhere between 5 and 8. So they're going to be like, I think they're going to try and wait for that gap. Umpires here just giving time for the pitcher to clean his cleats and get into position to play. I think they're obviously going to try and continue. It is 2 outs here with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th. The Bournemouth Bears do lead by 8 runs to 6. Now Matsushita is now pitching to the catcher, Roger Cedeno. And the first pitch is in. It's high again. To get the last out, so you're going to pull in it. And the second pitch. And contact is made. It is hit fly to the right fielder who makes the catch. And that is the end of the 7th inning. Bears tack on one more run and now lead 8 runs to 6. We'll be back to you at the top of the 8th shortly.
The Mustangs game even going to start. That's 3 hours.
All right, welcome back to the Journey Sports Media production of the BBF AAA final. We are now into the top of the 8th with Jose Lopez still on the mound after the short rain delay. He is at 113 pitches so far. And that pitch is outside. And that ball was fouled off there by Tejeda. He fouls the next one off and is now 1-2 down in the count. And he takes a pitch for strike 3. That's the first out here in the top of the 8th.
Batting now, number 23, Amane Sabu.
Up now for the London Metros is Amane Subway. The rain is now continuing to pour down even heavier than we were having it earlier on. That ball is in the dirt and bouncing. That off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. And makes contact, but it goes just to the pitcher, but he bobbles it. But he picks it up cleanly in time to get the ball to first and get the second out of the inning. Up to bat now. He's the pitcher now, Matsushita. So 2 down here in the top of the 8th. And he swings on the first pitch. And it looks like it's going to go to the third baseman, who makes the catch and picks the out on the play. So that was 3 up, 3 down for the London Metros in that inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th, which will be back to you shortly. And the players are being called off the field. The weather has got much worse here, so we are back to a rain delay. I'm not much certain how long more they may delay this game. If not, this game could be called in the favour of the Bournemouth Bears, and we have passed the amount of innings required for a legal game. So we will be back to you shortly with an update after when this rain delay will be over. And we are back now for the bottom of the 8th. We'd had a little bit of respite from the rain, but it's coming back tiny amounts. We're going to see, obviously, we have 3 half innings left to finish this ball game. So, up to pitch now is Miles Peterson. He is replacing now Matsushita, who was pitching before, but had warmed up and warmed down and warmed back up again. So, at bat is Rafael Ugas. Bottom of the 8th. Bears lead by 8 runs to 6. The first pitch is in the dirt, outside. And that pitch is high, ball 2. That one's in there for a strike. Two balls and 1 strike. Comes the 4th pitch. That's in the dirt. So 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, he wants the cheap sauce one. I don't know whether they've got I'll WhatsApp them. I'll double check exactly what they want.
Here comes the pitch. And that is also in the dirt.
You'll get
So the first batter is walked. It does look like the pitcher is struggling with the mound here.
Batting now, number 75, Carlos Velasco.
Up next for the Bears is Carlos Velasco Carlos. Runner not taking much of a lead. And throw, and that's high. 4-1. And the second pitch is high again. 4-2. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. And pick back. Runner dives back easily back there. Count is still 2 balls and 1 strike.
No.
Here comes the pitch. That's an off-speed pitch. Beautiful strike. Hit the low part of the zone there. Count is now 2-2.
Well, on this occasion, I think we'll be fine as long as it appears on the app. I'm right next to it.
And here we go. Balk on the pitch. Runner moves over to second. So, yes, as it would have, the pitch was a strike, but it was a balk. The count is still 2-2.
When it gets to half innings, right, if you speak to Michael J. Bats and say you're the designated. First, exactly what they want.
So the pitch is just inside. So we're now at full count here. No outs. Runners on second. And he swings at it. And the third baseman cleanly comes in and makes the catch. That is the first out of the inning. And the runner tries to go to third and is successful as the players were not looking at what was going on. As the third baseman had run in to make the play, no one had gone and covered third. So a smart play by the runner gets him over to third base. That makes it a sack fly. Probably not.
Oh, did it? Oh, right.
And a bit outside there for the first pitch in this at bat.
There's only one there, so yeah, maybe we'll try and catch it.
Jason, you know who the new batter is? Because that's not. At bat here is Johnny Guevara for the Bournemouth Bears. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. And that's high. The runner does not try to advance from third. So that takes the count to 3-0. As we have 1 out and the runner on third. As some rare bit of sun tries to break its way through the clouds here at Farnham Park. The pitch comes in and he makes contact and it is through in between first and second. Drives the runner in for an RBI single there for Johnny Guevara. The Bournemouth Bears now take a 9-6 lead. Up to bat now is the shortstop, Ben Hyde. And he'll throw the pick off, and the runner is back safely. Here comes the first pitch. It's a ball outside. Batter showed bunt there, so we'll see if he'll do the same again on anything in and around the strike zone. Third baseman is in a little bit shallow, but he's not creeped in too much on that made supposed bunt. The next pitch comes in. That is high. 2-0. And the pitch is, ooh, just a little bit low there. Count is now 3-0. And there, for a strike. Obviously no sign or intention of swinging there by the batter, Ben Hyde. We'll see what he's now on 3-1. If he's just going to look for his specific pitch or if he's going to be swinging more liberally. And the runner goes. He makes contact. The runner is going to be safe at second, but the throw to one is in time to get the second out of the inning. So the runner went before the play, so there was no chance for any play at second, and the pitcher,
Now, number 25, Williams Vega.
the pitcher Peterson, cleanly picked that up and threw to first to get the 1 out. So we now go back to the top of the order for the Bournemouth Bears. They lead 9-6. We have 2 outs and a runner on second. Williams Vega is the batter. We see the first pitch. In there for a strike. A nice little off-speed pitch. And foul there off. So the batter is now quickly down 0-2. Metros will obviously want to get out at this inning without giving up any more runs so they can take it to the top of the 9th and try and score 3 or more to extend the game. Here we go, count 0-2. And we get the pitch. Oh, and he's hit the batter on the elbow. That one was right on the elbow. Then we got time here for the batter. That one was right on the elbow. Nothing is made, making his way to first place. Let's do hope that he is okay. So up now to bat is Juan Miguel Ortega, the first baseman. So still with 2 outs and runners now on first and second with their 3-run lead. Will Bournemouth extend it, or will the Metros keep it at a 3-run deficit to chase in the top of the ninth? And first pitch in there for a strike. And second pitch is fouled off. So once again, Peterson has now got the batter into an 0-2 count. Let's hope that he does not hit the batter here again for the Lender Metro's perspective. They will very much like to get out of this inning. The count is 0-2. And the runner goes. Oh, and there's a big swing. Foul tip with the bat making its way a good 3/4 of the way to the bench. But that is the third out of the inning. The Metros have only conceded 1 this inning, which means that they will need to score 3 in the top of the ninth or more to continue this game and give themselves a chance of winning. We'll be back to you shortly for the top of the ninth. So as we end into the top of the ninth, we love to see if you boys and girls and listeners on watchers can give us your votes for MVP for the game today. Also those who are interested in the AA game, which will follow, that has now been set for a scheduled start of 4 p.m. Like I say, we're now working into the top of the ninth. The Metros need 3 runs to take this into the bottom of the ninth and 4 runs to do so with a lead. Back on the mound to potentially finish off the complete game is Jose Lopez. Jose has pitched 122 pitches already and now is warming up for the 3rd occasion. So I do have to say this man does have one hell of an arm to have gone through all of this and still be on the mound.
Leading off for the London Metros in the top of the ninth, number 72, Cameron Lee.
And so the Metros could probably have not had it any better. They are at the top of their lineup here. Cameron Lee is the leadoff batter. We have 3 outs to work with. And that first pitch is a little low. And here comes the second pitch. That one is also a little bit low. Good eyes here from Cameron Lee. That one is just on the corner there, a little bit higher than the previous two. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Oh, that's high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. And that one is high. Ball 4. The Metros get their leadoff runner. Well, can they now be driven further round?
Number 18, Cole Wyman up the bat.
Up to bat, Cole Wyman, who has switched from being in right field to catcher earlier on in the game. He's now looking to get on base and drive the run around himself. Give Caden Horwood and the followers a chance to get them back in the ball game. That first pitch is a beautiful off-speed pitch on the outside corner there. Wyman thought about it, but then laid off it, thinking it was probably going to drift out, but it clipped the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Back. And the crowd and everybody and myself shouted back there for to the runner who is safely back there on that pickoff attempt. I apologize there, that is just my natural instincts. Here comes the second pitch. Another off speed and another one just on the outside there. It looks like Hopez is trying to mess a little bit more with the speed than he has done in the innings before. We're now in the 9th. The count is 0-2. We expect a bit of high heat now. And he's hit the batter.
Hit by pitch. Cole Wyman.
So that now means that
Now with runners on 1-2, number 36, Caden Horwood.
up to bat now, the third baseman, the tying runner is Caden Horwood. So, and a check swing there on that first pitch, which drifted a little bit outside. Good eyes there from the batter. Jose had only walked 1 person in the first 8 innings, and with his inside for ball 2. Some significant moments here. It's Jose dealing with warming up and pitching for effectively the 3rd time today. Gets one in for a strike, but it is swung on early and foul down the 3rd base line. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. We are in the clutch moment of the baseball game. We have runners on first and second. No outs, but the tying run at home plate here in the top of the 9th. And the pitch is swung on, and it is fouled off behind home plate. Takes the count to 2-2. Timing was much better on that pitch for Horwood, but he swung underneath it. Here goes 2-2. And the pitch. He makes contact, and it goes, and it bounces, gets past the shortstop for second baseman even, And the throw to home does not get the first runner, so the error by the second baseman there means that the London Metros have scored their first run since the second inning and now have a 9-7 ball game with runners on first and second for the Metros with no outs. Up to bat now is the first baseman, Mark Skopek. He now is the go-ahead runner. At home plate, the tying runner is at first. Still with no outs here in the top of the ninth. It looks like we are getting an exciting finale. Pitch outside. And here comes the second pitch. Strike on the outside corner there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Says 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is delivered. A swing and a miss on the pitch that was probably just a little bit off the plate there. A lovely pitch there from Lopez, getting the batter to chase at that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Metros really like a ball in play here. Advance those runners. And called. 3rd strike. Looks a little outside from our position here. But
Number 10,
up to bat now for the first time today, replacing O'Connell earlier on, is Ren Quantrill. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Catcher calls time. Center field looks quite shallow, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Pitch comes in. That's another high one. That is 1-1. And that pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And takes a swing of that one, but fouls it off. A little bit late with the swing as it goes over the first base side. Count is now 2-2. Here we go. Comes the big pitch. And fouls that one off. Looks like a little bit of off speed there. So the count stays at 2-2. Big moments here. Runners on first and second with just a 2-run lead here for the Bears with just 1 out. And the pitch delivers and is fouled off again by Quantrill. He's just not quite getting his timing right, but he is still getting some hacks on this. We'll see how this battle ends. We're coming into the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Still count is 2-2. And the pitch is delivered. And once again, he hits it, but it just goes just in front of him. And the catcher looks at third, but thinks better of it and goes to first to get the 2nd out of the game. So, the London Metros are potentially down to their last out of the day. And coming to bat is Doug McDougall. He has both of the runners in scoring position, so any ball in play, any hit will most likely tie the game. So a huge moment here as we're now 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Can Doug McDougall make himself a hero for the London Metros? Pitch is delivered, and he swings on that one. He is down 0-2. The Metros are potentially down to their last strike here. But a ball in play could tie the game with runners in score, 2 runners in scoring position and them down by 2. Here's the pitch. And he swings and miss. Strike 3. Ball game. The Bournemouth Bears have won the AAA final here at Farnham Park. It has been a tremendous effort from the Bears to come back from 6-0 down after the top of the 2nd to win this game 9-6. A phenomenal effort from both teams. A thoroughly entertaining game. I hope you have very much enjoyed the game today. I have, calling it for you. So, there we go. The Bournemouth Bears have won 9-6. I hope you very much have enjoyed this Journey Media sports production of the BBF AAA final between the Bears and the Metros. Your winners today are the Bournemouth Bears. I have been Russell Eassom. I have been helped by Gabby Martins and Bruno Fortes with the production of today's game. We'll be back shortly on our other stream for the AA final, which will soon to follow. Can you remember to please subscribe and hit that bell for notifications for any future Journey Sports Media productions. If you've enjoyed today, please give us a like and a comment. The Journey Sports Media MVP of the day has to go to Jose Lopez, the pitcher, throwing 9 complete innings, including 2 rain delays, totaling 149 pitches is a phenomenal effort from Jose Lopez.
10 strikeouts for Jose on the day.
We will try to get some interviews with the players after the game, but they'll most likely be in the build-up for the other live stream and not in this one. So do please switch across to the live stream, which we put the link below in the chat for you to do so. I say congratulations once again to the Bournemouth Bears, the winner of today's BBF AAA final.